Peter Doherty, welcome to NME Radio.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's a weird setup because we're doing this for the radio, but we're being filmed on cameras. So for those of you who can't see it, I'm going to do a little audio commentary, like a director's commentary as we're going along.
All right. Yeah, that's really my joke, because I had a good joke about having a good face for radio, but now it's all being filmed, so... And there's no makeup girl.
It's still a good joke, though.
Thanks.
Welcome. You're here talking to me at the same time as somewhere else in London. Michael Jackson's holding a press conference.
Get away.
Yeah.
Where?
Michael Jackson, as we speak, is talking to the world's press.
About what?
About being Michael Jackson, but he's doing some gigs at the O2 later in the year.
He's basically got some interesting stuff to say about blouses.
Really?
Yeah. What?
Top of his list, actually, and the news agenda.
Have you not seen the blouses he's been wearing recently?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Really a good job.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't. Keep an eye out what this blouse watch. Let's do blouse watch.
It's not even polyesterine. It's like...
So welcome. When I spoke to you last week backstage...
Action.
And we've started. When we spoke to you last week at the backstage at the NME Awards, it was nice to meet you, and you just received Best Solo, and it seemed like quite a happy affair. It was quite a good evening.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, why not? You know, no can walk around with a big cob on, is there? Like saying, you know, oh, that bloke's a and this bloke's a and look at him and look at her. You know, be nice.
But you must be aware that people are always you're very closely scrutinised. Whatever
happy to
you
be
do,
glad. You're
happy to be glad. That's kind of tautology. It kind of folds in on itself, like origami. It's not actually a martial art. It's martial art, but not like Tai Chi.
Okay.
So yeah, as I was saying, that it was nice.
Yeah, that was it. You took the piss out of me, didn't you?
When?
Backstage at the NME.
No, I did not. Well, maybe. No. It was banter.
Okay, that's what they call it.
No, but you were there, and you bit Noel Fielding's ear, and Noel Fielding was going, "Oh, I've been bitten on the ear by Pete Doherty." And
really?
Yeah, not moaning, like, "Oh, that was weird."
I didn't bite his ear.
He claims you did, as a beef brewing there.
Beefy ear.
So first of all, you've joined the pantheon of artists like Snoop Dogg and P. Diddy, who've changed their name slightly.
I never changed my name. You lot changed my name. I always said this. Right, very first interview I ever did with NME, and I remember it well because it was the day of May Day riots. I said, "Can you put Peter?" And the geezer, he looked me in the eye and he said, "Yeah, I'll put Peter, Pete." And I wrote in.
Really?
Dear NME, right, look, my name's Peter. Please can you put Peter? Yours sincerely, Peter. Next week, Pete eats hotel room or something. And so it's continued, you know? And now you've decided on Peter. It's like, oh, you've changed your name. You know?
It wasn't me. I didn't make the decisions.
I know,
I don't wear the trousers.
Well, you know, you kind of have it both ways, you know? You're the official voice of NME between, 10 o'clock and 2.
Mm.
So, yeah.
But I'm redressing the balance now. So there isn't a reason you personally haven't...
I've always been Peter.
You've taken control, is what's happened. You've gone, I am Peter, not Pete.
No, I've always said that. It's just that they've chosen to market me as Peter.
Okay.
You know, because, I think they've reached the end line with Pete. There's not a lot more they can do with Pete. He's at it. So... Stick an eye on, we might get a couple more years out of him. You know?
But it does feel like it was like a kind of slight shedding of a skin, a slight adoption of a more formal approach, like a slight growing up in a way that it's like Pete was just everyone's mate. Pete does this, Pete does that, but now Peter, there's a slight distance there. Is that not a conscious decision?
Not on my part, no.
Okay.
But there's definitely been some sort of shift in the hormonal balance of things.
Good. Talking of hormonal shifts, you're turning 30 next week?
Yeah, it's a lovely day today, wasn't it?
But
so much warmer than yesterday. It was really cold.
does that scare you entering that? Because for me, I turned 30 a little while back, and it was kind of a daunting landmark, but then suddenly it actually felt quite comfortable. And how do you want to celebrate your birthday? What do you want for your birthday?
A bucket of water in the face. I don't know. What? Fiddles? I know I did. I've already had a lovely present, actually.
Really?
Yeah, 1922 Gibson, man. But it's immaculate. It looks like it was made last week. Someone's really looked after it. And it's when Gibsons were the Gibson, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In the old font. Yeah.
That's a lovely present. And that was from you? Yeah. Oh, lovely. Now, I know how much you love guitar, so that's got to be a pretty meaningful present. Anything else? If someone out there now, because you have legions of fans, wanted to get you a present, what would you actually not want, and what would you want?
What would I want? Oh, nothing special. Just old silver, maybe sapphire glinted, watch fob chains, mantelpiece ornaments, rosaries. I don't know, nothing special. Original artefacts from the old White City dog track. Preferably a turnstile. I like one of them for my front room. I'd like Stanley Bowles.
Whatever happened to the Likely Lads?
Eh? No, not
Yeah.
Stanley Bowles.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Almost.
It's Paul Bowles, isn't it?
Talking of QPR, the video to Last of the English Roses, when I first saw it, I dubbed it, hilariously, QPRI for the straight guy. Because it's all football, and then there's a snog at the end.
I know, what about that?
Did you not know that was
Where did
going to
that
be?
come from? It's disgusting.
You must have had some creative input into that.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. But I just, I thought maybe a quick peck on the cheek or something, but it's so graphic, it was like, it was almost, sometimes a kiss like that can say more than, if he had a big sticking out his mouth, that would have had less effect, I think, than that slow, intense warmth, the lips consuming the lips, and just as the melody fades out. Yeah, disgusting it was.
But it's very raw. Like you said, basically it's the same kind of difference between pornography and erotica. Like erotica is more alluring because there's more left to the imagination.
Yeah, porn and erotica. It's like, well, porn is basically good for one thing, isn't it? I think. I never understood that anyway. Have people not got imaginations? It's like £9.95.
Most of it's free these days. How have you been enjoying yourself over the last year or so? The chance to do your solo album as a kind of almost, has it been a kind of redemption, a kind of cleaning out, a catharsis?
No, really, I don't know. Just ever since I've been able to just rely on music, to control my destiny. That's when the catharsis began, really,
Mm-hmm. But how long ago do you feel like that's been allowed to happen? Because, of course, when I first saw you in the Libertines, it was amazing. The music you were making was great, but I was very aware that there seemed to be a degree of pressure on you and Carl and the band to be something that maybe was at odds with you for a while, and that might have damaged you in some way. And it was an amazing thing to see, but there was pressure on you to be the kind of new Jones Strummer, the new Lennon-McCartney, Richards Jagger. Do you think that was too much pressure at the time?
No, we loved it, I think. Very happy as Larry, but I think it was just a personal thing that went astray, It wasn't... I think outside influences weren't so important. It was just two people going in really different directions for a long time. And whereas just sitting down together in a room and, being at peace with each other and wanting to write music together, which is what had always held us together in the past, just wasn't happening anymore, And that's where all the anger came from, because we were... The only time... It got to the point where the only time we were really talking was that, between songs on stage.
Yeah.
asking each other for a light or something. We weren't. We weren't. Yeah, I don't know. He went off like hung around Primrose Hill set, Sadie Moss and all that lot. He became one of them. I lost him. And then I thought, well, I'll have a bit of that myself, and tried it a bit, and then
sure, with Sadie Moss. Yeah.
And now we're back to square one.
But in a good way, because you're getting a chance to actually do, like you said, whether it's on your own or with your band or with Carl, to actually sit down and make music. So it's like back to square one in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely.